Good morning, all of you. So, in the last class, we derived an expression for torque acting on the current carrying coil when it is placed in uniform magnetic field, right? And so now let us discuss about the magnetic moment. And after getting clarity about the magnetic moment, then we can discuss more problems based on this magnetic moment and this torque related problems. So, it means magnetic moment of a current carrying coil. So this magnetic moment is similar to, as I said in the last class, it is similar to that of a electric dipole moment. That means actually when you are comparing our classical magnetism, then you will get the more clarity here. Suppose we say this positive charge and negative charge are separated by certain distance here. You may consider it as some L or 2L. Generally we consider that as a 2L. And then similarly here that we call now electric dipole. Now similarly, if suppose a south pole and north pole of a Bohr magnet are separated by a certain distance, then this is called magnetic dipole, right? So now the electric dipole and magnetic dipole are similar here. Now similarly here what we are going to discuss here is the magnetic moment of a current carrying coil. So current carrying coil also produces some magnetic field, and we will derive those expressions produced by the magnetic field later. And that means when you are discussing about the source of magnetic field, we will discuss about that. Biot-Savart's law, that means which gives an expression for magnetic field produced by a current carrying conductor. And so now similar to this, the current carrying conductor will, that means current carrying loop will also behaves like a magnetic dipole. That means now it is somewhat similar to that of, suppose if it is current carrying loop, if I am taking like this. Now the this current carrying coil also will produce some magnetic field, and so that means it behaves like a magnetic dipole. That means these two are almost a similar behavior here, right? And so now this current carrying coil will also behaves like a magnetic dipole here. That means there also we can define the north and south poles there, right? And here we define the magnetic dipole moment, and here also now for this current carrying coil also we define this dipole moment here. So that means in case of electrostatics, for electric dipole we write this magnitude of this one of the charge into distance between them. And in case of this classical Bohr magnet, the pole strength into again the distance between them. So that is a magnetic dipole moment here. But in case of this current carrying conductor, current carrying loop, we define this magnetic moment as I into A, where I is the current flowing through this and A is the area of cross section, the cross sectional area of this loop here. So then that is a magnetic dipole of this current carrying loop, and we discussed about this already in electrostatics, and in case of classical magnetism also we will discuss it later when we are discussing about the magnetic properties of a material. And now we are going to discuss about this current carrying loop here. Is it clear? So now we are going to discuss about the current carry. When current is flowing through the current, that means current is flowing through a conductor, it will produce some magnetic field. And so now in case of a closed loop, it will behave like a magnetic dipole. And so now let us define this magnetic dipole here. So that means now suppose this is the current carrying loop I am taking here, and I is the current flowing through this. And so now the magnetic moment of this dipole current carrying loop can be defined as, so M is equal to I into A. So just to mention that you write the definition there first. The magnetic moment of a current carrying loop, the magnetic moment of a current carrying loop is defined as the product of current flowing through the loop and area of cross section of the loop. So that is M is equal to I into A. And now you can write the units as ampere meter square, because this current unit is ampere and this area that is meter square you can write. And so now if the loop has, that means now write this magnetic moment M is equal to I into A. If the coil has n turns, so if the coil has n turns, then M is equal to, we can write this as, magnetic moment can be written as magnetic moment, or it is also called magnetic dipole moment here. Don't confuse with that. So magnetic dipole moment is NIA. Is it clear? So that means N is the number of turns, I is the current flowing through that, A is the area of cross section. That means if you are taking a circular loop, for example, then A means pi r square you need to write. Area of the coil we need to write pi r square. If you are taking a square loop, then we need to write it as a L square we need to write there. So right. So now this is the magnetic moment here. And now this magnetic moment is a vector quantity. So now like our dipole moment, electric dipole moment, this magnetic dipole moment is also a vector quantity. In electric dipole moment, we mentioned the direction of this dipole as from negative to positive, negative charge to positive charge. And similarly, in case of classical Bohr magnet, if you consider, then for that Bohr magnet also this dipole moment is from south pole to north pole. But in case of this current carrying conductor, how to identify the direction means simply you can apply the, for closed loops, you can apply the right hand rule, right? So just mention that magnetic moment is a, magnetic dipole moment is a vector, magnetic dipole moment is a vector, and its direction can be obtained, its direction can be obtained by using right hand, by using right hand thumb rule, by using right hand thumb rule. That is if four fingers of the right hand, the curl of four fingers of the right hand, the curl of CURL, the curl of four fingers of the right hand represents direction of the current, then thumb gives the direction of magnetic moment, right? So like suppose here I am taking this, current is flowing like this, and in this let us take current is flowing like this. That means in one loop we are taking it as an anti-clockwise direction, and in other loop we are taking it as a clockwise direction. It need not be circular in shape. I am saying just it is a circular loop I am drawing there. It may be any closed loop there. And so now here curl of four fingers. So these four fingers will indicate the direction of the current, which is an anti-clockwise direction. Then thumb indicates the direction of this magnetic moment here. So now the thumb direction is, the magnetic moment is, direction is out of the plane here. So right. So here the magnetic moment will be out of the plane. The magnetic moment direction is, right. Is it clear? Like this. Now here in case of this curl of fingers, so the four fingers are indicating like this. Then the thumb is inwards. So that means thumb is inwards means now the magnetic moment of this coil is inwards. So the magnetic moment is into the plane here. The magnetic moment due to this. So it is the direction of this direction of way of identifying this magnetic moment direction here. Just we can use a right hand rule. Four fingers will indicate the direction of the magnetic field, and thumb indicates the direction of this magnetic moment. Direction of the current. Four finger indicates the direction of current. Then thumb indicates the direction of magnetic moment. And actually similar to that of dipole, electric dipole or magnetic dipole, if you want to answer. So generally in case of Bohr magnet, we say that if you are taking like a Bohr magnet having that south pole and north pole, then the magnetic moment will be like this, south to north, similar to that of negative charge to positive charge in electrostatics, electric dipole. So now in case of Bohr magnet, we represent like this, the magnetic moment is from south to north. And so here also we can identify that south pole and north pole here. We will discuss it later. It will produce a magnetic field, right? So magnetic field means one face of the coil will act as a south pole and other face of the coil will act as a north pole. So which face of the coil will act as a south pole means, now suppose if I am taking the current is flowing like this. Current is flowing in here in anti-clockwise direction, and here once if you are considering in clockwise direction here. This is the direction of the current, for example I am taking there, right? And so now if the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction, this face of the coil will act as north pole here. That means how to identify means simply you can identify, you can represent like this. The direction of this current you can represent like this. So if the current is like this, then this N, it is similar to that of N. So this face of the coil will act as a north pole and the backside face will act as a south pole. Now our magnetic moment direction is from south to north. So south is backside here. So south to north means then you will get out of the plane. So similar to this, right? And so now similarly if the current is flowing like this, then you can represent this face of the coil will act as a south pole here. So that is similar to that of S. So current direction, that represents the current direction there. And so that means this face of the coil will act as a south pole. If this face of the coil acts as a south pole, then magnetic moment is from south to north. That means the other face, backside face will act as the north pole there. So then south to north means into the plane you will get. So it is the direction of this magnetic moment for this here. So here it is into the plane and this one is out of the plane here. Magnetic moment is out of the plane. So like that we can decide the direction of this magnetic moment there. And in case of the like a rectangular or the square loops are given, we can also find it in another way. So that write that as a next point there in that. So this is a simple magnetic moment definition, NIA, and its unit is ampere meter square, and the direction can be found like this. And so next to mention in case of square or rectangular loops, next point, in case of a square or rectangular loops, the magnetic moment can be expressed in vector form. The magnetic moment can be expressed in vector form as given below. So now suppose this I is the current flowing through this is the loop what we are taking here, right? And so now here what we can say regarding this is if the current is flowing like this, then I can write this magnetic moment in vector form as I into AB bar cross BC bar, right? So now I is our definition is a product of current and area. So now this AB bar cross BC bar will give the area both in magnitude and direction. That represent now both in magnitude and direction. So actually if you are applying this rule here, right hand rule if you are applying, then you can decide that the direction of this magnetic moment must be inwards, right? So that we can clearly say by using that. Now let us follow this vector rule here and now let us decide the direction of this magnetic moment here. So now AB bar vector is like this. AB bar vector is like this. Now BC bar means now we need to represent here. This vector direction is like this. So when you are applying this cross product rule, we should arrange the vectors like this. Their initial point should coincide with each other, right? So this is the initial point of this vector B and this is the initial point of this vector A. So that means those two should coincide. Just this vector we are displacing to here so that you can apply this right hand rule, cross product rule. So now if you are applying the cross product rule, first we are placing 4 fingers parallel to the first vector. When we are closing them, they are moving towards the second vector. So thumb indicates the direction of this AB bar cross BC bar, right? And so like that also now we can express here directly. That means in some problems, this expression or this way of expressing this magnetic field will be more useful to us. So that means AB bar cross BC bar. Not only AB bar cross BC bar, any two adjacent sides we may consider in the direction of current flow. That means we need to select them in the direction of current flow. So like I can also write this as the same expression can be written as I into BC bar cross CD bar, and M bar, this can also be expressed as CD bar cross DA bar, or this can also be expressed as I into DA bar cross AB bar. So like that any two adjacent sides we may consider here, any two adjacent sides we may consider. So that means that those sides must be in the direction of this current flow here. So that means whether CD and DA you may consider AB and BC or BC and CD, any two adjacent sides you may consider such that they are in the direction of this current flow, right? So that means now if you are writing in this form, then you will get the magnetic moment both in magnitude and direction there. So that means those sides just we need to express them in vector form. And let us see some problems based on this magnetic moment calculation here. This is x, y and this is z axis. This is a square loop of side L here. It's a square loop of side L. And now we need to write the magnetic moment of this loop here. And suppose if current is flowing along this direction here. So like this, either you may consider like this, the given problem, suppose I is the current flowing through this. So just to mention that problem, and this angle I am taking as some 60 degrees here. So write that problem. A square loop, let us name this letters also in order here so that there is no confusion to you. I am taking this as OABC, like this. A square loop OABC is carrying current I and is placed as shown in figure. Then express its magnetic moment. In vector form. Right? And so now here, if you are just writing the magnitude, then you can easily write it's a square. If a square is given, square loop, and so area is L square, and a current is I. So L square into I is nothing but the magnetic moment. If you want to write the magnitude, but if they are asking in vector form, that means options will be given in vector form. So you need to express this magnetic moment in vector form here. So for that, we use this method here. If you are using this method, you can write it easily. That means you can also write this as by writing I into L square as a magnitude. Then unit vector you need to consider here. Unit vector perpendicular to that plane you may consider there. So that means like that also you can write. But the simplest way is this one. So that means simply what I am writing here is, so first let us express these sides in any two sides you may consider there. So any two sides you may consider and express them in components form. So that means now I am writing this as OA bar. So OA bar side I am writing here. So the OA bar we can write this as, its magnitude is L. L cos 60 I cap, it's X component, right? And so plus L sin 60 J cap. Is it clear? X and Y components. And next to this, that means you may simplify this. OA bar is equal to L by 2 I am taking common here, so that you will get this I cap plus root 3 J cap. Now let us write this AB bar. So therefore this AB bar you can write this as, so AB bar is equal to, what we can write here is, can you say how to write AB bar now? AB bar is now parallel to Z axis, right? Its side is parallel to Z axis. So simply what we can write is L K cap we can write. So that is our AB bar vector there. And so now you may write this cross product rule here. So if you are writing this cross product rule, so then our magnetic moment we can write this as magnetic moment M bar is equal to I into, what we are writing is OA bar cross AB bar we are writing here. OA bar cross AB bar. So any two sides you may consider like that, such that they are in the same order in the direction of this current flow here. So you may substitute those values now. M bar is equal to I into this OA. OA bar is nothing but L by 2, I'm taking the constants outside. You can write this only this vector here, I bar plus root 3 j cap cross, this is k cap, and here L is there and here L by 2 is there, so you will get L square by 2, right? The product of these two magnitudes. And so now here let us do the cross product there. So what we can write is m bar is equal to I L square by 2 into I bar cross k cap, I cap cross k cap, so which is minus j cap, and this is j cap cross k cap, so which is I cap, and so therefore this m bar we can write this as I L square by 2 into root 3 I cap minus j cap. So that will be the magnetic moment of this dipole moment here, right? So the magnetic moment of this electric, that means magnetic moment of this loop in vector form is, that is the vector form here. You can express this in magnitude. Magnitude means we know already magnitude will be I into L square you will get. So even if you find the magnitude of this, you will get the same I into L square you will get. So it is a way of expressing this magnetic moment here. And sometimes they will give the loops like this. So we need to identify this magnetic moment of such a loops. That means these two loops are these two are placed in perpendicular planes here. This is suppose say A, B, C, D. C, D, E, F. Suppose I is a current flowing through this and L is the side here. L is the side, right? Those two are lying in perpendicular planes. That means AB, FC will lies in one plane, and then this FC, this CD, EF will lies in another plane here. Those are lying in two perpendicular planes. So write that. A loop of two square loops are joined as shown in figure, and they are placed in two perpendicular planes. And they are placed in two perpendicular planes. Then find the magnitude of magnetic moment of the total loop, magnetic moment of the total loop. So just they are asking this magnetic moment here, but the thing is here two square loops means you can observe that CF is not closed there. Current is flowing like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, A. So the current is circulating like that only. EF is a open actually there. So then in such a problems, what we can simply do is we can assume some closed loop there. So like we can consider this situation as, so that means this can be considered like this. So that means this we can consider this as a one square loop here, and we can consider this another square loop like this. This perpendicular plane loop we can consider like this, right? And so that means we are taking this CF line also we are taking there, that conductor also we are taking here. So A, B, C, this is C again, D, E, F, right? And so now see this current is now flowing like this. So here it is, we are assuming like current is flowing from C to F, we are assuming that is the assumption here. So that this loop will, this will be a separate loop. And similarly now here this will be a separate loop like this. Our current is flowing in the same direction as that of the given. Right? We are taking them as two separate loops like this. Now we can observe that if you are joining these two here, if you are joining these two, current in this conductor is along towards left and current in this direction will be opposite direction there. And so when you are joining them, net current in this loop, in this conductor will be 0. F to C or C to F will be 0 net current. And so that now that is similar to that of our given case here. So whenever such a open loops are there, so whenever it is possible for us, we can assume like this. We can assume that as a conductor is connected there, such that when you are joining them, when you are joining these two loops, the net current in that conductor is 0, where the conductor is not there in the original given figure. So if you join them, then it should be 0. So like that you can assume a conductor there. So now if you are assuming like this, then you can easily answer this magnetic moment here. So the magnetic moment of this one is so the magnetic moment of M1, let us consider here. So the magnetic moment of this loop will be say into the plane here. So then its magnetic moment, we can write this as I into L square. And similarly here this M2 magnetic moment will be current is flowing here. So it will be vertically downwards. And so this will be horizontal into the plane, and it will be in downward direction here for this plane, because it lies in horizontal plane here actually. This is CDEF plane will lies in horizontal. And so that this value will be I into L square. This direction will be. And so that now if you are taking, for example, XY plane, if you are taking here, this as XY plane, let us consider, then you can express this in vector form as, so this vector will be along this Z direction here, negative Z direction minus K cap, this vector will be, and this vector will be along this negative Y direction here, current is flowing like this. So this is along minus J cap. And so the net magnetic moment will be, both are perpendicular to each other. So M1 square plus M2 square you can write, as both are equal in magnitude, you can write this as root 2 into M1 you can write, or which is nothing but net magnetic moment will be root 2 into M1 is nothing but I into L square we can write. So right, so it is the net magnetic moment of this given combination there. So like that, such a lot of problems will be there based on this. You need to assume the situation like this. So whenever that conductor is not given, so you may assume that conductor is given there. So let us write one more such a problem here. So I am taking this so this is the loop here. For example, now I am giving the situation like the current is, only this part you need to consider here, current is flowing like this. Right? So the only current is flowing in those parts there. So current is flowing in those parts, like suppose and the remaining parts you may rub here. So I will place them as a dotted lines here. That means where the current is not there. So current is not there in these loops here. In this path current is not there, and similarly here in this path current is not there. In this path current is not there. So like, so if I will give the names here, current is flowing only along this path here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So current is flowing only along this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This again let us consider a cube of side L here. This is a cube of side L, and I is a current flowing through this. So let us find the magnitude of this magnetic moment, or you may calculate this magnitude and direction also. Suppose if I am taking this as in vector form, you may consider like this. Coordinate system you may consider like this. This is x-axis, y-axis, and this is z-axis you may consider here. So write that the current flowing along the path A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Then find magnetic moment of this loop. Then find the magnetic moment of this loop. So here you can consider this as a combination of three loops you may consider here. So let us see how to consider that. So if you are taking this side, for example, B, C, D, E, if you are considering, so three sides current is flowing, right? So one side is not there, so that you can close. Now similarly, if you are taking this A, like FGHA. So again, three sides current is there. Here the current is not there. So if you can close like that. So then if you are closing this side and this side, then there will be current we can assume in the ABEF also. So that there is no, this will be the open here. So that means we can consider these loops as, so that loops we may consider like this. So this is one loop here. This is another loop what we can assume. So this is another loop here. So like that you can assume that three loops there. So I will give the names here. This is A, F, G, H, and this is B, C, D, E. Now see that. So the actually given current direction is from A to B, current direction, current is there here. So for like this here, B to C, D, this is the actual given current direction here. So what the current we are assuming them is, so our assumed direction will be like this. So B to E we are assuming here. So here, and so then here similarly you can assume here B to E and E to F like this. And so similarly here in the upper loop if you are taking F to A you can assume here. And so now in this loop then A to F you will get here. So that now you can consider them as a three closed loops like that. Is it clear? If you are joining these two, then current here will be 0, which is not there. And similarly, if we join them here, so here the current will be 0. So right, so that here also, that means now no current will flows here as that of the given situation. So if we join them, you will get the current distribution as that of our given figure. Now we are assuming like this. Now we can write the magnetic moments easily here. Like suppose let us take the magnetic moment of this as m1 and magnetic moment of this as m2 bar and magnetic moment of this as m3 bar. So now we need to write this m1, m2 and m3 vectors there. So let us write simply here that m1 bar you can write this as, so let us identify the direction here. The current is flowing like this. Current is flowing like this. This plane is actually perpendicular to this y-axis. That means it is parallel to xz plane here. So then perpendicular to along this direction means then you will get along the j cap direction you will get. So the magnetic moment this m1 bar will be along the j cap direction. So I can write this as its magnitude is I into L square and it is along j cap, right? Now this next m2 bar you can write this as, m2 bar means now see this current is flowing. This is in upper plane here parallel to xy plane, that is. So the top of this cube here. So current is flowing like this. Then the thumb is along the z direction there. So the magnetic moment of that will be I into L square into k cap you can write. And next to this m3 bar you can write this as the magnetic moment of this third plane. So the magnetic moment of the third plane will be there like this. So current is flowing like this. So it will be along this direction here, magnetic moment, right? So it will be along negative z direction, negative that is y direction here. It is again parallel to, it is lying in this plane is lying in xz. So xz plane. So xz plane means now its magnetic moment will be definitely parallel to the y axis. Now it is along this negative y axis here. So that means now it is I into L square into minus j cap, right? So that therefore this net magnetic moment will be sum of all these magnetic moments here, m1 bar plus m2 bar plus m3 bar. So that this net magnetic moment what we can write is m1 and m3 will be cancelled with each other because they are equal and opposite. So that this value will be I into L square into k cap you will get, right? So it is a net magnetic moment vector of this given loop here. So is it clear? So sometimes you can, according to the given situation, you can assume the situation like this. You can assume that conductor is a closed loop, you may consider there whenever that situation is not given. And next sometimes they will give like a plane spiral and they will ask the magnetic moment there. So let us see this plane spiral and magnetic moment calculations here. means now the current carrying conductor is placed like this here. So current carrying conductor is placed like this. So the inner radius is A and outer radius is B. It's a plane spiral here. This we call it as a plane spiral. This outer radius is B and having this n number of turns. The total number of turns are n. And actually they are not separated like this. This is an insulated wire and they are in contact with each other here. There is no any gap between these wires here. To understand for us, in diagram I am representing like this. There is no any gap here. One line will be in contact with the other line and they are electrically insulated so that there is no transfer of current from one side to another side here. Only through the wire it will flows. Right? So just mention that. A current I is flowing through a current I is flowing through a insulated plane spiral of inner radius A and outer radius B and having n number of turns, capital N number of turns as shown in figure. Then find its magnetic moment. You may assume that current in any direction here because we are finding the just magnitude of this magnetic moment only. So here actually what we will do is we will consider a small element here. That means here number of turns and the area of the each loop goes on increasing here. When you are moving from one loop to another loop, the area of the loop goes on increasing. And so then first what we will do is we will calculate the magnetic moment of this by a small element, by taking a small element here. So that means we consider a small element like this. That means we will assume a small element like this here. As I said, it will be a closure. The wires are in contact with each other. So if we are taking a certain gap here, so that in that some number of turns will be included. So that number of turns, let us take it as dn here. So that means r radius and dr is a width, and suppose say this dn is the number of turns here, right? So now we are taking that element here. First let us write the magnetic moment of this small element. So for that we need to write the first number of turns present in that element. So for writing the number of turns, first what I am writing is number of turns per unit width I am writing here. So number of turns per unit width. So let us write this number of turns per unit width. Total n number of turns are lying in a gap of B minus A. So the number of turns per unit width. So this value you can write it as we can write this as small n is equal to n by B minus A, number of turns per unit width. And so then this value we can write this expression as, now the total number of turns in the small element. Number of turns in small element dn. So this value we can write this as n into dr we can write. Is it clear? N is the number of turns per unit width, this small n value, into here we are taking a width of dr. So that this n into dr will give the number of turns present in this small element. So therefore this dn value what you can write here is n by B minus A into dr you can write. That is the number of turns per unit width. And then next let us write the magnetic moment of this small element here. So therefore it is magnetic moment of small element. So the magnetic moment of this small element dm we can write this as I into and pi r square, that means area we need to write here. So that means pi r square into the number of turns dn we can write, nia we need to write. So that and I is a current flowing through that, A is the area, that means pi r square, and dn is the number of turns we are writing there. And you can substitute that value and we need to integrate this. Therefore, this dm is equal to I into pi r square into dn, means we can write this as n by b minus a into dr. So to get the total magnetic moment, we need to integrate this expression here. So that you can write this as m is equal to integral of I into pi r square into n by b minus a into dr. And you can write constants outside and you can integrate here. And this limits varies from a to b, right? Because inner radius is a and outer radius is b. And so now this expression you can write this as m is equal to I into pi into n by b minus a is a constant. And so then this value will be r cube, that means r square dr you will get. And this is from a to b. And therefore this expression what you can write is m is equal to I into pi n by b minus a, and this value will be like b cube minus a cube by 3 you will get after substituting that limits. And so then that you can write this expression like m is equal to n pi I by 3 into b minus a into b cube minus a cube. So that is a expression what we can write there. If you want to any further simplification is there, that b cube minus a cube, then you can do that simplification there. That depends on the options. The further simplification will depends on that options, right? So it is a magnetic moment there. So next let us draw this one here. So this is a semicircular tube, hollow pipe is there. Semicircular hollow pipe, this one. And so now on this current carrying wire is wounded here. The current carrying wire is wounded on this loop here. So that means some turns are there on the loop. So that we need to calculate this magnetic moment of this total arrangement. So write that. This is a radius A, let us consider here. This is radius R, the main radius is R. And again let us consider this total number of turns or say n, total number of turns. And suppose say this A is the area of that means the area of this, that means A is the radius of this tube here. For the tube cross section radius is A, and the semicircle radius is R we are taking here, and n number of turns are there. Suppose this I is the current flowing through them. So then I is the current flowing through this loop in this direction, let us assume here current is flowing like this. So right. So that is the assumption what we are taking there. So let us write that. On a hollow semicircular tube, on a hollow semicircular tube of mean radius R, hollow semicircular tube of mean radius R, an insulated wire is wounded. An insulated wire is wounded such that total number of turns are n. Such that total number of turns are n. If I is a current flowing through the, if I is a current flowing through the wire, I is a current flowing through the wire, and A is the cross-sectional area of the hollow pipe, cross-sectional radius. A is the cross-sectional radius of the hollow pipe. Then find an expression for magnetic moment of this arrangement. Find an expression for magnetic moment of this arrangement. So this arrangement is clear. We are taking a hollow pipe, cylindrical pipe, that is bent in the form of a semicircle like this, and on this we are wounding some wire here. N number of turns are wounded, and here also those number of turns are very close to each other. To understand that, I am drawing like this. They are very close to each other. So right now the magnetic moment of this we need to consider here. So again in this what we need to our general procedure is the magnetic moment of different elements will be in different directions you will get. Here if you consider you will get like this. So then here you will get like this, and here if you topmost point you will get, if you are taking like that, then you will get horizontal, and like this at the different elements along this different directions you will get. And so that directly you can't do here. Again integration is required there. In the previous problem, magnetic moment of every element will be in the same direction only. Suppose if current is flowing in that plane spiral, you will get out of the plane, or if you are taking current in opposite direction, then you will get into the plane. So the direction of the magnetic moment will be same, but the area of that loops are changing here, increasing there, so that integration is needed. So here the area remains constant, area of the each loop will remains constant, but here the magnitude, the direction of this magnetic moment is varying here. So for that again we need to take a small element and we need to write the integration here. Suppose here I am taking a small element of this small element I am taking here. Suppose say this element what we are considering here at an angle theta, and this angle is d theta I am taking here. So the magnetic moment due to that element will be, as we are assuming current is flowing along this direction here in each loop, current is we are taking like this current direction, and so the magnetic moment will be tangentially upward direction you will get there at that element. So that means I am representing this magnetic moment direction will be there like this. I will represent here, actually the magnetic moment will be there. So I am representing here. So the magnetic moment dm bar will be along the direction there, right? Now let us take a symmetrical element here. I am taking a symmetrical element here so that one component may get cancelled there. So that I am taking this another symmetrical element like this. So this angle is again theta, and this angle is d theta we are taking. This is another element what we are considering there. So now let us identify the direction of this magnetic moment of this element. So again here current is flowing. Here current is flowing along this direction, means the same direction. Here current is flowing along this direction. So the dipole moment will be, magnetic dipole moment will be along this direction you will get dm bar, right? And so now we need to resolve them into components and we need to decide the net dipole moment direction here. If this angle is theta, then what I can say here is this makes an angle theta with this horizontal. That magnetic moment will makes an angle theta with the horizontal because it is making theta with this vertical here. So that we can write this expression as this is our dm bar here. So that we can write this as dm cos theta. And so along this vertical direction, then it will be dm sin theta you will get. And next similarly here let us resolve this into components here. So then this angle with the horizontal, this angle will be theta. So dm cos theta, and this will be dm sin theta you will get. So net magnetic moment is in which direction? So the net magnetic moment is along horizontally towards right you will get here, net magnetic moment. So this component and this component will be cancelled. Dm sin theta vertically upwards, and here dm sin theta will be vertically downwards. So net magnetic moment means we need to integrate only along the direction there, right? And so then I will write here the magnetic moment of small element. Magnetic moment of small element. So this can be written as dm is equal to number of turns per unit length dn, number of turns per unit length into number of turns per unit length, that means dn number of turns into that I into a we can write, area of that loop we need to write. And so let us substitute these values here now. So dm into this value we can write this as n by the total length. N number of turns are present in how much length? This total length here, circumference. So circumference of the semicircle. So pi r. This is the number of turns per unit length. Now we are taking a element of length, this length here. So that length we can write this as r d theta, right? This length of this element. And so that we can write this as r d theta. So now this is the value of this dn. Is it clear? Number of turns per unit length into length of this element. So that gives our dn value into I into that dA, that area of that element we need to write. So the area of that element you can keep that as A. Finally you can substitute that value here. Pi r square you need to write, or pi a square. So then you can write this as pi a square, where A is a radius of this pipe. I mentioned already A is a radius of that pipe. So pi a square. So therefore this dm is equal to, so here this pi you can cancel and r you can cancel here. So n into I a square into d theta, right? N I into a square into d theta. So that now the net magnetic moment. So net magnetic moment we can write this as m bar is equal to, this is m is equal to integral of dm cos theta we need to write. Only we need to integrate this expression here. If you are taking dm cos theta, then you need to take from 0 to, that means twice that of, or we can write this as this side theta and this side theta we are taking here. So that limits now we can take from 0 to 90 degrees we can consider. Then you will get 1/4 of the circle. So that we are multiplying here 2dm cos theta. So 2dm cos theta I am taking. So limits only we need to take only half. Half means 0 to 90 degrees we need to consider that. So then just substitute here and integrate this. Therefore this magnetic moment will be 2 n I a square into cos theta d theta. So this is from 0 to pi by 2. Just these are constants, so that's values I am writing outside. So 2n a square into cos theta d theta you will get, and you can write the integration of that cos theta here. So 2n I into a square into cos theta integration is sin theta, and limits are from 0 to pi by 2. So this value will get 1, and therefore this magnetic moment of this semicircular arrangement will be 2n I a square. And this will be along which direction here? If you are taking like this is our coordinate system, if you are taking for example x and y, so then this will be along this I cap direction here, the direction of this magnetic moment will be. So that will be the direction here, that means along positive x direction you will get for this arrangement. So like that we can consider the magnetic moment here, right? So then these are some simple calculations regarding the magnetic moment of this simple arrangements there. And some more problems will be there based on this magnetic moment only. Like another important relation will be there, like magnetic moment and angular momentum relation. So that which is the basic relation and which is very important relation. So then I will explain those relations in our next class, right? You can practice the simple problems based on this magnetic moment calculations here, right? Thank you.